TenFour.
Oh yeah.
Hell
Sweet.
yeah. We got episode 39 today. JonColin Senka. So
Ooh.
fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Um, yeah, we usually just start these things off with a quick introduction, kind of like where you're from, when you started riding. Just go from there.
All right. Well, my name's JonColin Senka, 26, from Tulsa, Oklahoma, born and raised, still live here now. Um, I was trying to think of this before we got on here because I knew it was going to be asked. I was trying to think, when did I start scootering? I think it was around 2010, 2011. You know, so funny telling the story, like, because back then, just the Razor Pro model,
Yeah.
started on the A1. My buddy just invited me to the skate park. Like, I had just met this guy racing BMX, and the summer had just kicked off, and he was like, "Oh, you want to come to the skate park?" And I had nothing else to bring but my little brother's scooter, so grabbed it out of the garage, and like that first day, I remember just hitting all the gaps and like was like, "Oh, this is sick!" Like, they
Yeah.
we're coming back the next day, and the next day after
Yeah.
that. I remember that third day landing tail whips and cracking his deck on the A1. And I remember my parents getting so mad because like that was my brother's and like I wasn't even supposed to be on it. But I was like, all right, I'm buying a good scooter, like landed a tail whip, like I want to go here all the time. So I was sold after that.
Yeah.
So
Oh
That's
yeah.
sick.
I think it
Yeah.
was
Fuck
like,
yeah.
yeah, about 2010 because I remember maybe 2009, maybe it was just a little bit earlier than that, but I remember being like 11 years old, I think.
Yeah. What were your buddies pulling up on? Scooters as well, or?
No, he was a skateboarder at the time. Like he had just got into skateboarding too. And I remember he could drop in on a couple of the ramps, but me and him both raced BMX together. So he saw how much fun I was having on the scooter and being able to like hit all the jumps and use all the ramps. So like quickly after that, I think in like another month or two, he bought a Razor Pro and I got the Razor Pro. And
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that really the thing that really cemented it for us was the BMX Grand Nationals is in Tulsa every November, biggest race of the year. We were always pretty dedicated to racing, but scootering wasn't big at the time or anything. But I remember at that race, we saw a kid who had put bike bars on his scooter, and we were like, "Oh, we're just gonna chop off the top of this the steering on it, put a little stem on there, and we had some like BMX cruiser bars, so they weren't like full BMX bars or anything. They were just like didn't have the crossbar, just like a nice little swoop, and like that made the control so much different. So me and him were just sold on the scooter. We're like, oh, this feels like our bike almost. Like this is
Yeah.
sick. And yeah, I mean, but they were probably 26 wide, like so like bar spins are out of the question, but like we just
Yeah.
hit all the jumps and just worried about air.
Yeah. That's
The
sick. So you definitely were mountain biking before scootering then. That was something I was
Yeah.
like gonna ask you as well.
Yeah, I grew up racing BMX. I started racing when I was like 5 years old. So I probably did that for about 10 years until I quit when I was about 15. And I remember just like wanting just a scooter all the time. Like we just like didn't want to go to the track as much. We just want to go to the skate park. So uh
Yeah.
hell
it's
yeah.
funny how it shifted. But man, those are the days. I mean, we didn't know anyone else who scootered. I remember the first person we saw after like a year or two, like he was the only other dude we knew for the longest time. Like Instagram wasn't out yet, so we'd be searching videos on YouTube and just the classic Dakota Shoots video is like the most iconic one we
Yeah.
could find.
It is.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. The Super Tramp, Devin Super Tramp.
Yeah. And then we found Inside. Once we found Inside scooters, we were like,
Yeah.
oh, this is
Game
I had it
over.
favored
Yeah.
on I still favored it on my laptop. It's always been there since I was like a
Really?
little kid.
Is
I
it
was like,
still
man,
open?
no, I don't think it is. I mean, that laptop I haven't favored on. I haven't got on in a while, but like it was finding that and seeing the shops, like going to Inward, we're like, holy cow, like
Yeah.
look at this. You can buy bolts to like make your Razer Pro better. And we did, of course, and we're like, oh, this is like we're so high tech. Like
Yeah.
this is the
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
scooter ever.
The
Heady as fuck.
customization is so
Yeah.
awesome. Just like
Yeah.
immediately customizing your setup with a pair of mountain bike bars. It's
Yeah,
just
I
great.
mean, and I think the bike bars, like So we definitely got a lot of hate in the beginning, of course, like from skateboarders and whatnot. But like having those bike bars, people thought it was so weird that they like took us a little more seriously. Like I had so many skaters be like, "Dude, are those bike bars in your scooter? Like that's
Yeah.
sick." Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just
That's
perplexed
crazy.
by it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's wild. And you start hitting the ramps, you're like, "Oh well." They definitely we were able to just hang out with skateboarders and BMXers for so many years before scootering started to really take off. And like we always felt like we were a part of it. Honestly, me and my best friend Miko Carter, who we grew up scootering together. I mean, it was always just him and I. We just do tricks together and always just push each other and
Yeah.
never really had too many other influences. So we just always rode with the skaters and like would play skate scoot with them and like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was
That's what it's
Yeah.
all
always
about.
Yeah.
yeah. So I feel lucky that like we didn't get a ton of hate growing up. We always had a good skate park etiquette from the beginning and like
Yeah.
everything just went pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. That's dope.
community coming together.
Yeah, it was really cool. And obviously to see where Scootering's at now, it is so wild to see how much it's grown and how much it's changed since those early years.
Yeah. Do you still keep
Definitely.
up with it a decent bit?
Yeah, I mean, I still follow like a lot of the same accounts. I don't really unfollow too many people on Instagram, so it's still cool to
Yeah.
see just like the sheer progression that a lot of these writers have. Like,
Yeah.
man, it's
Yeah.
just insane.
Yeah, dude. It definitely is, bro. From just back in the day,
Yeah, I laugh
going
all the
to
time. I'm like, there's no way in hell I could do
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
The trick combos are too crazy.
Strict combos, spot selections, like everything's bigger. Just like the balance is just like so many riders out there. Their balance is just on another level. I mean,
Yeah,
Matthias, like watching
Yeah.
him, I'm like, there's no way like I could nose
Yeah.
me over that kind of distance.
No.
Like, no, those
Dude,
dudes are insane.
did you
definitely.
see the whip front 50 down Hollywood?
I did not. Who threw that?
Riley Maltese, I think is his last name. Odie
Whip
bugging
front
on
50
dogs. Yeah, dude.
He like
down
kicked the head
Like,
Hollywood.
tube with his
like when,
front foot too.
yeah,
Dang, he
he
just
like
fully committed. He's like, I'm
mangled
getting
it.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like, but I don't
That's
know,
sick.
dude. Like, did you ever even imagine like throwing a whip into a front 50 like back in the day?
Nah, dude, I didn't know that I was doing heel whips until like
Oh,
5 years
yeah.
later. Like
I forgot.
honestly, it wasn't until I met up with Drake and Landon and those guys, started riding with them and
Oh
those
yeah.
in Dallas and those comps, and they're like, "Dude, you're doing heel whips," and I was like, "No, dude, I'm just doing. That's just the way I tail whip. Like I just
Yeah.
tail whip that direction."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never met anyone else and like had
Yeah.
it explained. I was like, "Oh shit!" I always just thought like, I just tail whip that way. You tail whip that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
forgot you did the heel whips, honestly.
yeah, it was funny learning that. I'm like, huh. And I sex changed for the longest time, like heel whip sex change, heel whip sex change, and that was really hard to break. So it's
Yeah.
truly wild to see what people are doing into grinds now and out of grinds and just like,
Yeah.
I mean, the tech is on a different level. Being able to have that precision getting into grinds with
Yeah.
freaking bangers into it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. Fuck.
Dude,
Let's see.
Matisse is such a great example because he'll just flow around the whole park in like a manual and it doesn't make any sense.
no, it's like
It's like
he doesn't really struggle.
it's just like
Locked, bro. Just
People
hop
make the
into a
combos
grind.
look too easy.
uh,
It's like, oh, full whip, just right into 50, and then we're gonna just hard three out a bit or something like.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like
Hard three Manny.
Yeah.
three mania
Yeah.
is so hard. Just gotta
It's a
pinch
tough
it.
one.
I just don't even understand. I don't keep
Gonna
up with it as
ride.
much as I used to. I mean, obviously, but I do try and still. I mean, I always look at all the clips that come up because it definitely amazes me. It's
Yeah.
cool to see where it's gone.
Yeah, I personally don't even stay on my scooter Instagram too much, but it is like always chill to like go in and at least see the homies edits and like try and check
Yeah.
out like YouTube for some good stuff here and there. But
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was about to say, like, I'm just not, I mean, whenever it came out, I'll watch scooter edits here and there, but watching Nick and Tommy's part, I was like, oh man, this is definitely one to check out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Remember when
so
it first
good.
Yeah.
dropped, I was like, just seeing their riding style is just so cool.
Such a
Dude, they're
great duo
so
too.
good. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
the
Like just
styles just go so
that's
well together.
it really does.
It's
Going on
fire.
some of the scooter farm trips with them, like when we went to North Carolina, just watching them ride together, I'm like, dang, you guys are such good friends and such a good pair. Like I remember them talking about doing a joint video part. I'm like, that would be a great joint video part.
yeah.
Damn. Yeah, now they got
It's
two out.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Damn. Well, yeah, let's see. We went live beforehand and we got some questions
All
from
right.
some viewers, so we'll start rolling through some of those. But the first one that looked pretty chill was, what was your favorite state to ride in for scootering and mountain biking?
For both, scootering, mean favorite state in the U.S. probably be Texas, honestly. Just
Really?
like I
Hey.
I love the summer trips going down there when I was like really getting into it. Like that felt like my scootering home and got to ride with other people finally. So like that place has always been the most special place I'd say to like go and scooter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that was always just the best trip. So favorite place to mountain bike, like Arkansas has been great. That's where pretty much all the racing I do is out there. But
Mhm.
honestly, my local is like definitely the special place. I'd say that I just love riding there. Turkey Mountain is
Yeah.
what it's called.
Yeah.
Probably like
Turkey
10
Mountain.
minutes from my house. So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
me and
That's
my
sick.
girlfriend, she mountain bikes as well. So we go ride there quite a few times a week, all the time.
So dope,
That's
dude.
what's
Hell
up.
yeah. Yeah, man. That's cool. I see y'all actually do like really well too. Like
Yeah,
in
she's
competitions and stuff. It's fucking sick.
the race has been fun. I mean, I've always grown up racing BMX, like racing itself, just like a clear cut to who's to the finish line first has always been special to me. And like it's funny before I tore my ACL the first time, like I told my dad I wanted to get into mountain bike racing and start training for it, start putting in more miles. And then I tore my ACL like 2 days after that. I mean, it wasn't like
Damn.
till right after that. So that put a hamper on my scooter at first, so I put all my focus into that. And then once I did it in for the second time, like I knew I was like, okay, I really want to try mountain bike racing now. Like I've
Yeah.
been waiting a
Yeah.
Yeah.
while and riding here and there, and I always use the bike as physical therapy after all the injuries. Like just get on the road bike and just get the knee strong again. So
Yeah.
that second time, I was like, you know what, I want to see what mountain bike racing's like, and then I worked in a bike shop on and off for like 8 years, so being around it all the time, like it just gets you amped to like want to go do it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
100%, dude.
But yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun to. I mean, the scootering skills really transfer over really well. Like it's funny riding with different people, especially when I first got into it racing. Like quickly had to move up the level pretty fast. Like they kicked me out of beginner and intermediate like pretty quick because
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just be able to have
Yeah.
that control and the balance, and then it's a lot of just commitment. I mean, it's just like scooter, and like you don't just commit to it, like it's gonna go bad. You're gonna
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
slower, end up crashing. So knowing that going into it definitely helped, but it's been
Yeah.
fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, bro. He definitely had the commitment dialed, bro. Like he would do some nutty
S-
50s back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
sometimes
Yeah.
sending.
watching like
Yeah.
that. I mean, Texas, that one, the rail at is that UT like
Yeah.
that
UTV.
big, yeah, UTD, like hitting that
Yeah.
rail. That was what put me on
Yeah.
that.
That
Oh, like that's probably my
Yeah.
favorite clip I've done.
Yeah.
25 rail 50 front board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just because it was so spur of the moment. Like we were so wrecked from the contest the day before. Like I had a box of candy and some drink, and I was sitting down there at the bottom, like not planning on riding it all that day. And then I think we even had a beer or something before, just hanging out. I was like, I'm just gonna chill with everyone, and then walked up there to look at it. I was like, oh no, this looks doable. Like, let's just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
bro. Is that with was Hunter there with you?
yeah, that was with
That day?
Hunter and Justin and Landon. because they had all come down for that contest for the ISA, and then
Oh yeah.
the hype builds like
Yeah.
Yeah.
coming from Tulsa, like I just never got to ride with that much hype. Like there was never really anybody else who scootered. My best friend Mika, who I scootered with, he ended up having to quit quite a few years before me. I mean, he was a couple years older than me too, so he had to go after college and moved away to the far part of the state. And so I was like, well, I'll just keep riding by myself. So anytime I got the
Yeah.
chance to like ride with other people, you feel the energy. It's like, oh, this is awesome. Like I'm gonna go for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Amped you up.
Did you hit
Yeah.
the 50 front board before Hunter hit the back lip, or was it after?
I don't remember. It might have been. I think it was after Hunter did the back lip, and I was like, oh, you know what? That was sick. I want to try something. Then I think
Yeah.
Landon wanted to go for the whip board right after that. And
uh
Insert clip here.
the whip board.
The infamous.
yeah,
Did
I
Justin
think
do anything? I don't think I've seen a clip of him on there.
no, I don't think he did. I think he was like after I did it, he was really thinking about trying something and then decided not to do it. Like because the rail's like sort of rounded, like it is square, but it's rounded on both sides. So like your point to
Yeah.
lock on is like a little bit smaller. And I don't know if he just didn't want to go for something. I can't remember if he did something or not.
Yeah. Can't remember either. I don't specifically like I remember y'all like the three of y'all's clips for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I remember Landon's.
Yeah, yeah. No
Uh,
doubt, dude. Well, yeah, let's honestly talk about that was another question was like the Allen comp that you won and then like going to Chino and then Barcy and just like kind of that whole like, you know, of
Man,
fucking thing of
Trail
events.
of
whole
events, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
well,
So I bet
man,
that was
like
dope.
I've always loved competing and racing. So like anytime there was a contest at Allen, like I always made it a point to like go down there. I mean, my dad started taking me down there at contests like before I could even drive. He'd be like, "Oh, there's a scooter contest. Like, cool, let's make the trip and we'll go down there." And so I met all the guys. And um, I guess let me preface the story, just a little backstory. Even coming down
Yeah.
to Texas, like there was a Christmas contest they would do every year there,
Yeah.
and that's where I met Landon and Drake, and like it was cool to hang out with them and Mike DeJong. And I remember doing that contest and getting to meet everyone and being pretty close. And like I think Instagram was just starting, but I didn't really follow any of them yet. And shortly after that, in February, was the Woodward Scooter Week. So I had saved up some money and was just planning to go do that. And I was like 15 at the time. So one of the first times like flying by myself and just like booked the tickets was like, I'm going. I don't care how
Yeah.
I get there.
And
And
just
I just lived with my dad at the
Yeah.
time. And he, oh, cat jumped behind me, but he gave me his credit card. He said, well, in case you have to use it for something. And I took like almost a $200 taxi from LAX to Tehachapi because I honestly didn't map that part out. Like I didn't know how far away it was. And so had the address was like, oh shit, this is going to be like really expensive
Yeah.
to get there. And I didn't want to have to use his card again getting back. And it just so happened that Landon and Drake and the whole Central Scooter team were going to that week. And so like I show up and they're there. I'm like, holy cow, it's cool to see you guys. Like this is wild seeing you guys there. So ended up just like hitching a ride back with them. Missed
Yeah.
my flight because I was just so worried about the ride back that like I didn't even I allowed like 20 minutes to like get through the airport and get on my plane. So the sweet lady at the front desk hooked me up with the new flight, and she could tell I was sort of distraught. I was like, I think I'm missing my plane. Like, what am I gonna do? And so, but fast forward, knowing those guys, like I'd always go down and go to that contest and did
Yeah.
really well. Whenever the AO team, like Andy brought out the whole team for that contest, and it was his first time to like go out the whole contest with the team. And remember not doing too bad. There was like the scoring was different at that one. It was the average of both of your runs instead of your best score
Okay.
counts. So I like
Okay.
nailed my first run. It would have placed pretty good, but then I like took some falls in my second one, so lowered my average. But I think I got like eighth in that contest, so still like
Yeah.
top 10. Um, but I remember that just impressed Andy, and he was like, "Hey, you want to come out to
dinner with us. He's like, dude, we need to get you like a deck or something. And so they sent me the deck and a little care package or whatever. And he was like, oh, you qualified for the national championship in Chino. And so he's like, oh, I can get you a flight, but I can only get you to LAX. So he's like, if you can find a ride from LAX, then I can fly you out. And I remember I had to drive down to like Dallas because he didn't want to pay for the Oklahoma flight. He was like, man, I only got so much I can give you. So like you can drive to Dallas and then find a ride from LAX, then I'll buy you a flight. And I was like, yep, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And
Fuck yeah.
my dad actually had a family friend who lives like right by the airport in California. So like they were nice enough to let me stay there, drive me out to the contest and come and pick me up. And then like somehow got second in that contest, which
Yeah.
qualified me to Worlds that first time. I mean, just all the right pieces fell into place for that one. And
It all
remember, it was
worked
just
out.
like it was really windy that day, and everyone was like struggling to like go really big just because the wind was like such a factor. And we were always rode when it was windy in Oklahoma, so I was just pretty
Yeah.
used to like airing out when it was windy. And I was like, oh, this is like my superpower now. But
Yeah. Yeah. Just
that
looks
was
stupid.
Pushing through the wind,
yeah.
It's
But shit, yeah, getting second in that contest and going to Worlds, like that propelled me within AO because Andy was like, "Oh shit, you just qualified for Worlds." Like, "Oh, we're gonna hook you up, and send you out there," and so uh, definitely sort of propelled the scootering career pretty fast on like
Yeah.
going from no sponsors, really just doing it for fun, not like trying anything too crazy. But I remember just you know it did definitely going from like local contests, like, oh, cool, I'll try this national one out. Like, not thinking I was going to do like anything too crazy, but yeah, getting second and beating Tanner Fox. I used to tell the kids at the scooter shop that all the time.
Yeah. That's so sick. Uh,
During
a
Oklahoma,
solid flex.
they'll run a scooter shop for a lot of years here in Oklahoma, and like the kids would always be like, "Oh my God, have you met Tanner Fox?" I'd be like, "Yeah, fucking beat him." Definitely sold some more scooters then, but that was awesome. Getting to go out to Barcelona, that's definitely one of the coolest places to get to ride. Like just like you're riding skate 3. I mean, just everything's a spot, everything's like perfect to ride. And like sucks I always get hurt on like every trip I've ever been on because like I remember rolling my ankle like the first week I was there, like right after the ISA contest, right after Worlds, like just trash my ankle. And you power through. You just eat a ton of ibuprofen, wrap it up as tight as you can, and you're like, I'm going for it still.
Gotta climb the ladder.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
And I mean, it's such a cool place. You're like, I'm all the way out here. Like, I don't want to just like not do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's like make it a little worse and deal with it when you're home.
Yeah.
I've had some trips like that for sure.
It's so tough to find an ankle brace over there. Like, I remember trying to scour everywhere, like looking because they don't like sell them at like Walgreens or CVS like we do here. You can't just like walk into a store and get an ankle brace because they're like,
Yeah.
oh, we have free healthcare. Like, go see a doctor if you need an ankle brace. Like, well, I can't do that. Like, I just need I need a brace. I remember asking so many shop people and like, they didn't know a ton of English. They just didn't know what I was asking for. I'm like, scouring everywhere in the store.
Yeah.
Like, damn, if I had a brace, like a good brace, I'd be fine.
Yeah.
Need that free healthcare.
We do. I'd probably definitely be scootering more.
Yeah. Facts, bro. I know that I was so bummed when I saw like your second ACL injury. I was like, that's crazy.
It was really tough for me, especially after the first one. Like I was so dedicated to get back to scootering because I'd like just sort of got on AO and I got invited to go to Coalition. I had to give up my spot to do that because I tore my ACL
Damn.
that first
fucked.
one.
Whose
And I was
team?
just like, it was gonna be the AO team with Hunter and honestly I can't remember the other.
Was
other
it
three.
Justin Phillips?
Yeah, Justin Phillips,
Phillips.
Hunter,
Billy
and
Hunter.
then who was the other one? It was a bummer. I was so dedicated though, and be able to put in the rehab, and that's when I qualified for Worlds the second time. It was almost like not even a year after the ACL surgery, like right at the mark where you're get cleared to even ride at all. I like was already riding months before that and like just getting all the tricks back and the balance, and it was a little rusty at first, but I was definitely pretty dedicated coming back. So it meant a lot to be able to qualify the second time and like go out there again. But I felt like an old dog out there. I was like, man, I'm getting old. Like these young guys are like just so nuts. And we never had a skate park really with a fly box. So it was just, I always felt so odd even making it. I'm like, I don't even know if I belong here. Like, I never
Yeah.
even really rode a fly box. There's like one
Fuck it.
fly box at one skate park, and
Yeah.
you gotta like
It's
drop in
tiny.
as fast as you can. I mean, it's a full size box, sort of, kind of, but the whole run up and everything sucked. Like you need full speed to even clear it, and you're like pushing like
Yeah.
crazy. Not a good setup to like practice a whole bunch of tricks or
Yeah.
anything. But
Don't even want to try the trick when you get up there. You just
just
gas
like
from the
man,
run up.
yeah, just pushing so hard. But man, it was cool to be able to go again. And then yeah, after that second ACL, like honestly, sitting on the ground, I pretty much knew. I was like, man, this has been one of the better scooter trips I've ever been on. It was out in North Carolina with all the scooter farm guys, and like I was like, man, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to come back to scooter. Like that first time was so tough, and just the emotional roller coaster of sitting out for 8 months and not doing anything, and you're so used to just riding and being active that
Yeah.
it was tough. But just got back on the bike and then started rehabbing. And then one of my coworkers turned me on to enduro mountain biking, which is the kind of racing I do. And didn't know what that was at the time. And I was like, man, this is my jam. It's the hardest trails, mostly all downhill, and you just wear a timing chip and you just race whoever sets the fastest time. And I was like, oh, that's my jam. I don't want to have to pedal uphill as much. I just want to see who can go the fastest down the gnarly stuff.
Yeah.
It definitely sounds
Fuck
like
yeah.
fun.
Yeah. That
It's
sounds like
a
a
ton
thrill.
of fun. It's just you and the clock, and you don't even know how you do until you like till the end, till the very end. You're like, there's no live ranking, so it's just like, well, I feel like I went fast today, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. When
Man,
does it update then? Like after your run or like the next day or?
that day, like once everyone turns in their chips, like they'll have like a little screen, and like you'll get to see your rankings then, and so then you're like, you can see where you sit, and you're like looking for other people to come in. You're like, oh man, I know there's 3 fast guys out there still. Like I could move down, I could be safe, but
Yeah.
yeah, I love that part of it that you just don't know. I mean, I've won races taking crashes, so I mean, it's like whoever can put together the best runs over a course of a day, and you know, everyone makes mistakes. Who can make the least costly ones, and you know,
Yeah.
keep it upright.
Yeah.
Full commit, full sin.
Yeah.
That sounds hella fun. Just straight down the hill for the fastest time. You don't even know.
And there'll
Uh,
be like a couple uphills thrown in there, some different technical sections, but like for the most part, most of the runs are all downhill, and some of them are long, some of them are short, sometimes a minute. You ride for 40 seconds on this trail, and that's a whole segment. Sometimes you're like 8 or 9 minutes. You're locked in for a while, going full speed, and like definitely had some runs where like you're so. I've changed a couple of people's minds. Like going downhill is a lot harder than pedaling uphill because like you use your whole body going downhill. I mean, your arms will cramp up so bad from braking to where you just can't even pull the brake levers anymore. And you're like, I'm not going to be able to stop. Like, I just got to let go of the brakes because my hands are like cramping up so bad and
Yeah.
just hitting rocks, and you're just getting after it so hard that like, yeah, it's a lot of fun, but it takes some endurance too because you race downhill and you're timed on that part, and then you pedal back uphill and you're not timed on that. So you could do 20 miles in a day and you're only timed on 20 minutes of it, and you were out there for 4 hours riding. So
yeah, back
even
up the
those,
hill. Yeah.
yeah, you're like, and then you get back up there and you're all beat. You're like, man, I don't think I can go as fast as
Yeah.
as I could
Yeah.
earlier in the day. But
Yeah.
man,
That seems fun.
it's
Definitely just like a
definitely
full send.
yeah. I mean, And listen, a lot of times there'll be big jumps in there and some different technical features and doing rock drops. So like I get to it's cool to have that adrenaline rush again, like Scootering gave me. And I joke that it's a lot safer because I just have all that oh, sorry, I got my cat wants to join. You got all that suspension. That's just like built-in forgiveness on the knees.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Just
too true.
definitely.
take a lot less crashes mountain biking, that's for sure. But
Let's see. See what else other one we got. Um, Someone said best era of scootering in Tulsa.
that's
Is
Arab scurrying. It
is
don't sound
there?
like a local.
Yes. I don't know
I
if
mean,
there's a new resurgence or what.
there was two like really good eras. I mean, I remember when scootering started to get a little bit more popular, and me and my friend Miko, and we had a couple other guys like we started a Oklahoma Scooter Crew page, Facebook page, and like would tell all the kids at the skate parks, and then we could like hold like ride meetups at the skate parks. I remember one time we had like 40 scooter riders out there, and we had just like we were blown away. We were like, whoa, there's like this many people that scooter, like this is
Yeah,
wild.
Yeah.
Like
that's
so
crazy.
that was a cool era. And then once I started to help run the local shop I worked at, decked out, like it really took off, and we held like a lot of ride days, and there were like hundreds of kids that were into it. I mean, every skate park would just be packed with scooter riders. So like all kids that like came through the shop got nicer scooters. So that was probably the best era, like right when that was kicking off, because like there were just so many people into it. Everyone like had all the passion for it, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds so when was that?
20 2017, I want to say 2018.
Yeah.
Like as I remember what like right after I went to Worlds or right before, like that's when I started working at the shop like part-time. And very Oklahoma thing. The shop at first was half kayak and fishing shop, and then the other
Yeah.
half was a scooter shop.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Okay.
it was just a dad, his kids got into scootering, and they weren't even super into it really. I mean, they just wanted one for Christmas, and he was like, "Oh, how hard could getting the distribution be?" He was a businessman, so he's like, "I'll just see what I can get." So like, he had one little case of scooter parts, and there's just fishing tackle and kayaks everywhere, and just like one little glass case of scooter parts. And I was like, "This is just such a wild environment to buy scooter parts." And then slowly but surely, I started working there more. Like we take down all the tackle stuff and put up bars, and like really expanded the shop where like the only people coming in anymore were scooter people and all the fishing people. I'd
Damn.
always
Hell
walk
yeah.
in and be like, what the hell is this? Like, what even is this
Yeah.
stuff over here?
It flip-flopped onto them.
Yeah. And so then, and his kids never got into scootering, but he was such a nice guy. I mean, he cared about the kids and kept the shop open and kept paying me and like was all into promoting scootering and held ride days. Like, he definitely really helped grow the scene here in Oklahoma because he was just so dedicated and like having that community around the shop.
Yeah,
That's
scootering
sick.
needs more stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
It sucks that like, it probably would have been more prosperous too, but like that first really good Christmas we had selling scooters, like Tanner Fox was boosting all the sales, and then the shop got broken into, and like we weren't smart enough to clear out the money out of the register that night. Like he would come in every once in a while, but like it was such a busy holiday season that he left it all in the till, and like we lost like 3 grand and stole a bunch of parts. So like,
Yeah.
and his insurance had literally run out that week before we got robbed. So no insurance coverage. So like that just set him back perpetually going on from there. And like it just never felt like it recovered from that. Like we could never be profitable and do more and bring in more stuff in just because like that really set us back.
Yeah, it's definitely fucked.
Damn.
Yeah. But those are definitely good times in Oklahoma. Like everyone, there was such a good crew of guys that went to the skate parks all the time, and that was fun. I do miss it.
Sick.
Went to the skate park a few times this year. I've gone back quite a few times and like done some
Really?
stuff. Yeah, like
Oh
I
yeah.
Nice.
I tried to film some stuff, but I was always like, nah, it's not really what I wanted. And just having my girlfriend film, I'm like, could have done that better. So like, I'm not gonna do anything with it, but
Yeah.
uh,
Throw it on the story.
I'll have to because like the 50s are still on lock. Like it was definitely fun to be able to go. You know,
Yeah.
50 guy.
We could
the
throw him in the
muscle memory.
background.
Yeah, literally.
Oh yeah. That's
Girl.
for sure one of those ones, dude, where it's like you can still just point those toes, bro.
Yeah,
Just
just
gotta
lock a
like
front 50 and just
yeah,
slide it in.
commit to it.
Yeah, it was fun going back those few times, like just going to hit all the skate parks I used to and like went with some friends and was like, man, I miss it. Makes me maybe and every time I watch like a good part or see a good clip, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go cruise.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sick. Fuck yeah.
I ride
I'm
my
glad
scooter
to,
a lot. I probably ride it the most. Me and my girlfriend will go on walks around the neighborhood and instead of walking, I just opt to bring my scooter and I'll just ride people's driveways and just do flat ground tricks all the time.
really.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
The passion is still there.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's still fun. Just throw some double heel whips and do some truck drivers on flat ground and
Yeah, no
just sort of
doubt.
mess around.
Yeah. That's sick. That's definitely sick. You're still pushing around the hood at least.
Yeah,
Keeping
we
it
just
real.
anytime I see like a scooter on the street, I'm like, oh man, I think I know that person. I still see some of the homies like pushing around town, and like I'm like, oh, that looks like a good scooter. Like they must actually shred.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, I feel like I'll never be able to stop like looking around and seeing spots or like if someone's on a
Oh
scooter like sussing out their setup and shit, like talking to them.
yeah, I don't think we can ever stop looking at spots. Like I mean, I haven't gone to Road Street in a long time, but like I don't ever stop. Like I still take pictures of spots. And I still have
Yeah.
a spot book that I'm like, maybe one day like I'll come back there and ride it.
Yeah. You never
Show it to
know.
homies too. Like if anyone wants it, I'll be like, if someone wants my spot book around Tulsa, like anyone can have it. Like I want to see some cool stuff done. So you guys are welcome to it.
Yeah, like that'd be sick. Well, let's see. Let's see if we got another one. You got a hot scooter take?
Hot scooter take. Man, I mean, I'm sure this is a pretty common one, but like Instagram just like ruined scootering for sure. You
Yeah.
know, I remember wanting to put, even as a kid, like it's all about the video project. We're filming on my mom's camera, like we just want to put
Yeah.
together a
Yeah.
video, like to put in that effort and, you know, doing a couple of them and seeing all the guys that like truly respect that kind of riding as well. Like it sucks that because of that time when scootering was really getting big and all this publicity behind it, everyone's doing it. Like if the industry would have still been about like video parts and like that community aspect, like having a little crew, like would have been cool to see it grow and not just like, okay, let's just throw clips up on the gram and like
Yeah.
not like film for like a passion project.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
man,
mean,
it's that instant gratification.
that and
Kills
they're,
it.
they're unfortunately, brands not fan riders, doing it for product is like, oh man, it'd just be cool to have more support just to see the
Yeah.
industry grow.
We need some
It
more
would.
Chads, bro. Some more corporate businessmen just stepping in, being like, yo, fucking let me help y'all out. Like,
Doing what
He
needs to
kept
be done.
he kept that shop running for a long time, and I know his wife was like not happy about like how much he's spending on the shop. I mean, we moved locations, fully renovated it. I mean, moved it right in front of like a new skate park that was getting built, and like, I mean, it's just tough running a scooter shop. I mean, just scooter only, like it's
yeah,
tough. It's so it
need
fluctuates too
some
much.
kayaks and shit or something.
Need some big ticket items.
Some
Yeah,
rods and
yeah,
reels, man.
yeah.
Man,
Let's see. We got another one. Who's your favorite scooter rider to watch?
oh man, that's such a tough question. I mean, favorite one to watch, like I don't know. I've always been feel like a split bag. Like I love watching good park riding, just people flowing around bowls, just like completely destroying a bowl. Not necessarily like all the flippy tricks or anything, but just like a good flow around a bowl. But at the same time,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
watching anyone like ride big rails and stuff, it's just like, dang, that stuff just so sick to watch. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
Fuck
mean,
yeah.
can't say that I have one super favorite scooter rider in particular. My favorite one growing up was Charles Pedell. I just thought
Word.
like it emulated that style.
Yeah.
Like he went big on the ramps and then would just be riding these crazy street spots. Like when that first Blunt Envy part came out, like I was like, oh, this I want that deck so bad. Like that one is just so sick, his riding style.
Yeah. Yeah. He still kills it, honestly.
Yeah, he does.
He just
He
got like
runs,
a SIG urban art bar, I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
Really?
I
Yeah,
say.
Nice. Nice.
it's
I
definitely
know.
sick.
Been a while doing an interview or anything, so sorry if I'm a little clunky
Yeah,
for you
no, you're
guys.
good.
No, you're good. You're
A
good.
lot of the people like the more OGs, you know, just to like keep up and like hear like what they were liking and what got them into riding and just, you know, shit like that. So
What they're up to now. Yeah.
just yeah,
So-
you know, type shit. Just
Um,
like
been
catching up, you know.
Team's been busy. Honestly, this year I've been in the process of trying to get into the Tulsa Fire Department. So I've been
Really?
Oh, hell yeah.
took my written
Cool.
test back in March and passed my physical test in June. And I just finished up EMT school a couple weeks ago. And so
Sick.
hopefully I
Yeah.
got an interview here in January. So hopefully all things go good, can get on the fire department.
Damn.
So it's
That's
Man for the
sick, dude.
people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I
Fighting
love Tulsa.
fires.
Like, I've always loved living here and wanted to get back to the people. Like, definitely stem from honestly that early scooter community. Like, I loved riding with the kids and working at the shop, and like always tried to get them motivated to do it and tried to be the best I could for the parents to get them excited for their kids doing it. And being able to hold scooter clinics and ride days for the kids. And I used to give scooter lessons a lot to all the local kids, and definitely made me have a good love for the community. And I love Tulsa, so this definitely seemed like a great job, route to go, especially like sort of an adrenaline based job. Like you're getting paid to like do stuff that other people don't want to do. And like, I feel like that's a lot of the sport is like most people don't want to do this stuff, but we get freaking hyped to
Yeah.
go out and do it.
Yeah.
Quick adrenaline rush.
Yeah, getting paid to do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Fuck yeah.
get all the benefits and pension and 401k that goes along with it.
Yeah.
Simply,
All the good stuff.
all
Sweetens
the
the
good
deal.
stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, their schedule is just like one of the best. Like here in Tulsa, it's 24 hours on, 48 off. So you work like 13 days a month, if that.
Oh, yeah.
So
Damn.
have a long
That
time
is
to ride and
nice.
have a
Yeah.
good side hustle. I mean, like I can always just have a cool side gig, and if I don't feel like doing it, I'm like, well, I have a full-time job, so I can always
Yeah.
default back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool, man. It'll open up a lot of free time for
Yeah.
sure.
Definitely a more mental battle too. Where I'm like, every time like I go to the skate park, I'm like, this year I was like, man, all right, I just cannot get hurt. Like I cannot jeopardize, getting into the academy. Once you get on, get a good captain, you can probably work some things out. But like I was like, man, if I like can't take this physical test, and they're like pretty strict on like if you mess up some of the steps early on, like it's pretty competitive to try and get on. So like they're pretty serious about it.
Yeah.
Like there's
Damn.
there's a lot less people going out this year than any of the other years before. Like normally they have over like 1,000 applicants, 2,000 applicants, and they'll take like 20 to the academy. So it's
Damn.
definitely pretty cutthroat as far as who gets on and who doesn't. A lot of who you know. And I've had a good mentor who's been on the department now for like 15 years, and he brought me on to help coach a youth mountain bike team that he sort of started, and so I've coached with him for the last 3 years, and he definitely helped me through this process because I spent a lot of time with him, and he's like, man, you should really try and get on the department. So he's really really helped me through a lot of this stuff. So hopefully, knowing him, and I'm pretty close. I've gotten to his station a few times and worked with some of his guys and met his captains, so they're gonna help bring me in for some interviews before that final one. So hopefully it goes
Cool.
good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Definitely helps to
good
have a
vibes.
mentor. Be locked in like that.
Yeah, definitely help him through the
Right.
process, and he's gone through
Yeah.
it, so he knows. And getting to have some hands-on experience, like I got to do some ride-alongs and do the ride-alongs with them. I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely would be fun. I definitely want to do this.
Yeah. Hell yeah. You put out a fire?
I did not put out a fire. No, it's mostly just medical calls, like just assisting other people, but just the whole camaraderie, like feel like we're, on like a scooter trip almost. Like you just are around these guys all the time. Like when you're not on call, you're hanging out at the house, just bullshitting with everyone.
Yeah.
this would be definitely a cool environment to be on. I hope for the best. I mean, I did really well on the physical test. I may or may not have uh, set the record for Tulsa on anyone taking this test that they do. The,
Oh shit.
the mountain bike endurance really helps. Like it was funny looking at all these big jack guys that I'm going against, and I'm like, hearing their times that they got on it, I was like, damn, I beat that by like 4 minutes. Like, yeah,
Damn.
10 minutes and 20 seconds to do this like interval of exercises and raising a ladder, carrying a hose, dragging a body. And like the part that gets everyone is they make you walk on a Stairmaster with a 75-pound weight vest on for like 3 minutes. So that just gasses everyone right off the bat. And then the test starts after that. And you still have a 50-pound weight vest on for the rest of the test. But, I just was like moseying through and like just treat it like a mountain bike ride. I was like, oh, this is it. None of the skills themselves are that hard. It's mostly people just getting winded and gassed and not being able to like having to take a break or something. But
Yeah.
it's not a very hard test, so I don't want to make it seem like there's a lot of people who pass it. And it baffles me hearing that people can pass it in 10 minutes. I did it in like 2:19, like 8 minutes. So I was like, hearing people fail, I'm like, people like stopped and catch your breath and like continued on and like stopped again.
That's crazy,
We
bro.
took a
Yeah.
lunch break.
Yeah.
Like you have to walk through the whole thing too. So I was just like speed walking, I'm like, all right. And, like got done, I was breathing a little heavy. I'm like, all right, so did I pass? Did I make it?
Yeah. 8 minutes left.
Want to do it again?
Yeah. Lap them. That'd be funny.
But they said it doesn't go down as like it only goes down as a pass or fail, so like it can't like be ranked based off that. But like who knows? He was like, maybe if you said really good time, we might look at it. So hopefully that helps. We can at least get
Yeah.
like some kind of edge trying to get in.
Yeah, sounds like it with that and the homie.
Yeah. His team's helped me out a lot. I mean, he said that like his captain's gonna even help deliver his letter of recommendation like straight to the chief. So hopefully he can, at least get some eyes on it, or like maybe
Yeah.
at least give me a shot in the interview.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sick, man. Sounds like the stars are aligning.
I hope. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Fuck yeah.
Man. How's it have been for you guys? I know you guys are still killing it. I know you are, Austin.
Dude, I'm not like as active as I'd like to be right now, but I still try and ride at least like once a week or once every other week,
Okay.
which is like really, and a podcast every week at least. It's like really my form of scootering right now is like doing a bunch of stuff with like TenFour, but
That's sick.
we've
What you guys are doing are sick. So I'm
yeah, thank you, man.
no, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I just get bored. Like I've read all these parks so many times. I just like I would rather just chill or ride when there's like some homies going somewhere versus just going to get like another like the 3,000 solo sesh, you know?
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, I know you know how it is, bro, for sure. And
Too many
like so
solo
does Will.
sessions. Just
Yeah.
like show up. There's not a single person at the skate park. I'm there by myself. I'm like, I truly
Yeah.
am just riding for myself. I'm like, it's fun. I enjoy riding, but like you're doing the same exact tricks you've done 10,000 times by yourself. There's no energy. You're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
All you
after
got
an
is
hour, I'm like, all right, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I definitely
Yeah.
ride scooters with the skaters and the younger guys a lot. It's just like kind of what I have up north since I'm up at Bresh. It's just these two kids that scooter and then a bunch of skaters.
yeah.
The skaters can bring the hype too. Like,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
they definitely like. We'd all be like, all right, we're gonna session this obstacle, and then like just take turns. Like they're doing their tricks, and I'm doing
Oh,
mine.
yeah.
Like it was always fun. Like there's one, my all-time favorite skate park in Tulsa, which is the most ghetto skate park. We call it the Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Because they're all metal ramps and they're from like 25 years ago. So like the layout, the configuration of the ramps is just so odd. Like it's like a pro level skate park. Like there's nothing really small at the skate park. Like everything's just massive and so rusted out. A couple spots like the water has rutted through the metal, so there's like holes through it. So like, well, like that one just
Yeah.
always the skaters always hung out that one because there's never little kids. Sort of in like not a sketchy area, but definitely not the best area either. But
Yeah.
it had lights and the lights hit on to like 11. So like the session would always be going off in there at night. So like I would always just go there and like ride with the skaters and like
Yeah.
so it was just like all the good skaters would ride there. So the sessions definitely went off there.
Fuck yeah.
I miss that park. It's still technically there. If it was open, I would definitely have scootered more this year just because I love that skate park. But like they're doing like a bunch of construction up and down the river for the last like 3 or 4 years now. And they park all the construction equipment in that lot. So they close down the parking lot, which is the only access to the skate park, just so they can park a construction equipment in there.
Damn.
And
Yeah, that's how. Yeah.
and too many people were breaking into the skate park because technically there's like a bike trail that sort of leads up next to it that they brought in and dumped gravel and covered the entire skate park in gravel to keep people from riding in there.
What
Which
the
is just
hell?
like ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
just let the people come up from the bike trail and ride it at least. Like I get it, the parking lot's closed, but like we can walk there, like it's fine.
Yeah.
Dumb
Gravel
gravel.
is crazy.
I'm sure at this point, like there's probably people that have swept off like good portions of it so they could ride. I bet they did.
Hit the ledge at least or something.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause there's definitely some cool edges, but like the skate park was all white, so it's like all the marks just turned to rust. So like it just made like such a interesting looking skate park, and like it was just so loud when you landed. It was just it made you feel like you're like riding so hard. You just land, and it's just like boom, just thuds like so loud.
Yeah.
Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Man, yeah, dude,
Skaters always film really damn good too.
they do.
The
You know,
text.
the skateboarders would always pick up my scooter back in the day, like when I first got like the nice Phoenix V1 deck and like had pegs on there and everything. They always thought it was so sick that it was like a pro scooter. And I remember this one skater, never forget this day. Chris Crosley, rest in peace. One of the best, chillest skaters out there. I mean, probably one of the first skaters to truly give me respect as like a little kid being on a scooter. He learned like a proper Smith, like skateboard style Smith stall on my scooter with the peg, like did below the coping on a quarter pipe. Like just one night, he's like, "Oh, let me try the scooter," and then just like busts out this Smith on the coping on like the little mini ramp. I was like, "That is so sick!" Like I like couldn't get myself to do it. Like I couldn't dip it below and stall like he could back then. Like I
Yeah.
was like, "Dang, that was wild to see," and like that was a long time. That was probably like 2012, and that was right when eggs were becoming big, and there was a Phoenix V1 old school purple deck.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Like
That's
man,
dope,
those skateboarders, they just the way they feel, the way they ride. Like I still watch a lot of skateboard videos too. Like I'm always subscribed to Thrasher, and just like I just love watching like some good video parts like that. Good filming, good ride, good spot
Yeah.
selection.
Quality stuff all around.
Oh yeah.
They got it down. Especially if it's going on Thrasher, like somebody like okayed that, so it's filmed and edited
Yeah.
real good.
It's filmed and
you know,
edited like
like
perfect.
yeah, it's looking right for sure.
That
Had
was
like
like the
a
last.
jury of 10 people watched the video
Yeah,
before they
yeah,
Like this clip or this clip? Like, nope, that one's not making it. Nope. Vote says no.
yeah. Fuck yeah.
The last video part I ever filmed was my Tulsa one, and like that was definitely just a passion project. Like I had been looking at these spots since like I first ever started scootering. Like some of those rails I had seen 8 or 9 years before, like as a kid, not even having a car, and like took a picture and never forgot where it was. And was like, one day I want to film a video part where every spot is in Tulsa, a Tulsa zip code is no suburb. It's just Tulsa. And like that was so fun to be able to do, but it was tough. It was just me my filmer DeAndre was a rollerblader or roller skater, and so his filming was on point though. I mean, the bladers
Yeah.
like
Oh
they
yeah.
those skaters could
Oh,
just
yeah.
like do
Done.
the
Locked.
backwards filming, like oh man, it was. But it would just be me and him show up to the spot, and he'd be like, "All right, you gonna do it? Like, let's do it." He's such a mild mannered guy too, so like he definitely brought some hype. But like it's just always me and him at like a 20-stair rail. We're like, "All right, I just gotta go for it." And,
Yeah.
it's
me
definitely
and
hard to get yourself
DeAndre.
in. Yeah, these.
Yeah, that video was sick, dude.
It's a solid one.
He did a great job. I mean, we just go back to his apartment, load up the footy. He'd get it clipped up and see the edit. And we just watch it and be like, all right, what do you think? I mean, it felt like a jury. I'm like, I don't know about this. I let him have a lot of free reign, though. I mean, I'm not a good editor, or I'm a hack at filming too. But so I'm like, DeAndre, this is your projects as well. Like, you take the reins, whatever you think. Like, I trust you.
Yeah.
You showed me some spots too. I mean, my ender, he told me about that round. So like we went out there and did that. I was like, man, this is it was awesome being able to film that with him. I had a ton of fun.
Did he ever get any clips? Like, did you ever film him any?
I'd film some on the blades, but he definitely had a passion for filming too. Like I try and film some, and we'd go to the skate park together too sometimes and just ride. And he's such a great blader too. Like he's got all the combos, and I was like starting to learn all the different grinds and stuff. I mean, it's so confusing, honestly. Like not doing it, not like fully understanding. Like seeing it in a video from third person, you're like, okay, flip my body so my foot's there, and you're trying to
Yeah.
understand what grind it is. Like, yeah,
Pretzel grind.
That film- I know the AO grind.
Oh shit. Had to
Yeah, I
have
know
known
that
that
one.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was such a fun project to film with them, and like getting to go around Tulsa and like not getting stuff certain days, going back. We got kicked out of this one spot one time, and I didn't even put the clip in my video because honestly I didn't get what I wanted to. And we had so much time there. I was just being a bitch and not going for it, of course. And uh left, came back we got kicked out, left, came back another day. And this security guard, same guy, I mean, his glasses were just so thick. I mean, this guy might have not been all there, but he was like, man, are you guys the same people that I kicked out last week? And I was like, no, man, I don't think so. Like, and he's African American, and I'm white kid on a scooter, which is not a pairing you see all the time in Tulsa. So I just played along. He's like, I could have swore that he told me the story of how he had a scooter guy and a filmer there last week. I was like, man, that's crazy. I don't know nothing about that. And he just didn't put two and two
Wasn't he?
together. And then that wasn't me, man. He's like, yeah, he drove a yellow car. I'm like, oh man, I don't know what to tell you. It's not me. So like,
Yeah, this
it
is
ended up being, like,
orange.
pretty cool about him. Like, dang, if this guy can't even like realize like just 1 week ago, like we stick out like a sore thumb, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's not too often you see that, and
Yeah.
we're like, no, that's cool, and we still like ended up saying he called the police and like was still complaining about us, and then he was telling us we had to leave. I was like, officer, can I just get like a couple more tries? And he's like, yeah, sure, like you can go for it. And the security guards telling me like, no, you can't get any more tries. Like, no, you gotta leave. The officer was like, yeah, man, go for it. Let's see.
Yeah. Let's see what's up. Yeah. That's so real.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Well, we never got kicked out like a ton because like there is a good crew of skaters here, and it's still like it's always been like pretty low key, like shop owners, and it's not like LA or a big city where people are always skating, always like you're always having to kick people out. There's not a ton of security guards. Most of them don't really care. They skated back in the day, so like they get it, and so they'll be like, "Yeah, I'll give you 15 minutes," or
Yeah.
guys just like, "Please don't make me call the cops. I don't want to have to deal with it."
Yeah.
But we never
That's
really
sick.
got kicked out of town. People would be cool about it.
That's dope.
Remember one time filming, he slipped on like he hit a rock and like kicked this concrete wall and cut his leg open right as the business owner was like walking by, and it was like down to his shin. And the guy was like, "Oh man, like let me go get the med kit." And like came out and like helped him. It was like totally cool with us riding there, and like it's just like, oh, let me help you, man. Like, oh, you might have
Yeah.
to get that stitched up.
Yeah. That's
Did
super
not want to
cool.
get sued.
Yeah, he's like, let me help you. You're a real nice guy here.
Nah, he was
That's
like, you
funny.
guys need to come back. Like he like wanted to see the footage. He was like, that's sick. You know, you guys are doing this line, and like he was all for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's dope.
That's always the
Definitely some good
best.
times. Yeah, definitely. You know, good experiences with security guards is always the best. Like when you find a cool one, it's like, yeah, man, this is sick. Like,
When they give you the knuckle or some shit.
yeah,
You're just like, yeah, bro, go
dude, that
for
was
it.
sick.
It's like, all right, cool, bro. Fuck
I
yeah.
think those experiences filming are definitely like what make it just so cool too. Like I had a guy, we were in an apartment complex hidden like it was like a 17 stair rail. And I had to keep riding in front of this guy's front door, like it was the sidewalk out of his door that like led to the stair set. And he like walked out, eating a plate of spaghetti. He was like, "Yo, man, you about to ride this rail?" And I've been like running up for like a half hour, probably like just not wanting to go for it. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Dude, let me go get my mom. You about to do this?" So he runs in, gets his mom, and that was all the
Get
motivation I
forced.
needed. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, he's out here. Like, I'm just gonna go for it."
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And
Eating
of
the
course, this kid's like
spaghetti.
eating a plate of spaghetti, just still eating it, just like watching, like he's getting a show. He's like, "Dude, that was sick."
Yeah.
It's not everyone. It's not every day they hit the rail outside your house. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's
bro.
probably like, "I looked at that thing a bunch of times. I never knew someone could ride on it."
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Oh
super
man,
cool. But
good thing I
damn.
didn't get broke off either. Either
Yeah.
that was sick.
Get bodied in front of him.
Yeah, like oh, you probably would have been hyped either way.
Yeah, it still would have been like
Oh yeah.
enjoying it.
Yeah, like oh man, you good? Oh man, no, I definitely do miss it. Like I think of all the scooter memories fondly, and even though I've had quite a bit of injuries, and getting into biking, people are. I'm sure you guys have heard it. Like, oh, what are you guys gonna think about when your body, is all wrecked? Like, what are you gonna be like when you're 40?
Yeah.
And I don't regret one bit of it. I mean, it's still so much fun. Like, I miss being able to ride all the time. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, 100%, dude. No regrets.
no, definitely not. No, we just one of the other coaches that we have on the team, on my mountain bike team, she got like really heavy into BMX, so she's been really heavy into freestyle BMX. So like we've been talking about going to the skate park. So we went to one of my old favorite skate parks, Mohawk, and like she had her bike, I brought my skateboard, the scooter, the whole gamut. It was just that was such a fun session. I mean, no, not a single person at the skate park, had the whole thing to ourselves for hours and just like got to shred everything. And it was just such a fun time.
Those are the best kind of sessions. Just no one there, free reign.
Yeah, free reign, just sit on all the obstacles, just do whatever you want, not having to worry
Yeah.
about anything. Just like, yeah,
Facts. Yeah, the solo park sesh is kind of mid, but like if you just have one homie, like
just one homie.
Yeah.
changes it all,
Oh
you're like
yeah.
just able to feed off each other and
Yeah.
just fucking have some fun. 100%, man. Let's see. We got like our own kind of like question segment that we do on the pod as well. So we
Let's
actually
hear 'em.
refined it so it's Phil's top 5 now instead of Phil's top 10. But starting it off, what do you think the worst trend in scootering is? If you think the
Worst
Instagram
trend.
is, then like you could just say that again. But if you have another kind of like worst trend
Oh
or something.
man. Nah, I mean I'd say the Instagram. There's not too many bad trends. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
cynical, I'd be like, the people are making the tricks look too damn easy. They're too damn hard. that's
yeah,
that's the worst trend, but that's a good and a bad. That's a double-edged sword. I mean, that's one I'm stoked to see, but like, damn, like three
yeah.
trick combos before you even touch the rail. I'm like, that's just insane.
Yeah.
It's nutty, bro. It's just what they see every day. So it's like what they push
Yeah.
to like try and do, the bar is
Mhm.
just
Just
high.
into whip into yeah. Like,
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, some of these fools see it and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go do that exact thing. I see it and I'm just like, bro, that's just like that's cool to watch, but I would never
my gravity doesn't work like that, I guess. You guys are on
Yeah.
different gravity than I am, I'm sure.
Yeah. Too true, bro. Let's see. We got number 2, most underrated rider to look out for. I feel like if you got one of those too.
My boy Kanan Lee. I mean, he was always on the up and up. I mean, probably one of the best Oklahoma shredders. He really came up with me. Like, he was always quite a bit younger than me, but like, he always had that like skill and finesse and wanted to go street ride and film parts. And then one other person I got a shout out to, I've only met him like a handful of times. He like just moved to Oklahoma in like my last year and a half of scootering. Will Shockley, he definitely I know has been sticking with scootering, pushing pretty hard. He's been working at Woodward past
Oh,
couple
yeah.
of years too. So
Will's the
Yeah.
like,
homie.
yeah, I'd
Okay,
say Will
dope.
for sure.
Yeah.
I know I'd seen his videos when I first met him in Oklahoma, like seeing his progression. He really took off.
Yeah.
Really put in the effort. But those two guys, like both of them, I know Kane's always talked about still wanting to film a video part. Like I've talked to him. It's been a while, but I remember him still saying like, oh, he still wants to get out there and try and film a street part. So like, I have hopes that like we can still get some guys together one day, and I'm down to go help film and maybe do a OG feature,
Yeah.
rail or
Yeah.
something. But
Yeah.
Definitely keen for that.
That would be sick for sure.
Yeah.
I think about it all the time, seeing spots and like Emily, the BMXer, they do like a street night every week, and they go ride street together with like a BMX crew. And like I've definitely talked about it. I'm like, I want to go. I'm definitely gonna come out with you guys one of these weeks, and I want to ride some street spots again.
Yeah.
See what it's like.
Yeah. It's
It'll
fun with
definitely
the
be worth it.
bikers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm game. I'm game to go ride some street.
Yeah.
I don't know if my knees can take any big impacts anymore, but I'm down to hit some rails.
Yeah. Some rails, some
No big
ledges and
gaps.
shit.
No, just get some suspension on my scooter. I ride the dirt scooter. Let the air out
The
of the
like
tires.
the fusion suspension fork.
They have that on the dirt scoot.
They like way back in the day they had like this fusion fork with like little springs on it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Number 3, we got favorite moment in scootering.
Favorite moment in scootering. Man, I mean, getting to go to Worlds, riding Barcelona, that was probably my favorite moment. I mean, it meant a lot to me personally, coming from Oklahoma, which is pretty underrated for extreme sports. I mean, shouldn't say underrated. We got Kyle Walker. There's definitely some big people come from Oklahoma action sports wise, but like for me on a scooter growing up in these small skate parks, like my local's a tiny little small prefab where we'd scooter 3 miles up these giant hills to go get to it. And like the tallest quarter is 6 foot. And it's one of those angled ones that's, you got 2 foot section at 6 foot and it slants down to a 4 foot. And like
Yeah.
learning all my tricks there, like felt pretty cool to be able to at least like progress up, even just learn it from there. So
Yeah.
that's probably making it to Worlds. Definitely got to be a special moment.
Yeah,
No
the
doubt.
journey for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. I forget if we asked this or like kind of touched up on it already, but your favorite video.
Favorite video? I
Fun.
mean, mine's gonna be an interesting one. This is the one I probably watched the most as a kid, and it's probably not a whole lot of guys' favorite ones, but Brandon Lupos District Web Edit was
Okay.
one of my favorite ones. I just liked the song at the time, and just like I remember seeing it was posted on the inside and just seeing his riding style. I always thought all the Australian, like, it's like, that's just like the mecca of scootering, like all those skate parks, like scootering so popular down there. And like, we knew nobody. So like, I
Yeah.
actually just watched that video part not too like 2 months ago. Like, I was trying to think of that song that was in it. I was like, I'm just going to watch that video. Like,
Yeah.
seeing Brandon on his transfer to BMX and how far he's taken it too, and getting to meet him like the time I tore my ACL that day, like I got to meet him, and I was like, oh, this is just so cool because I brought it up to him, like, man, like your district video I always thought was so sick, and he was like, dude, thanks. Like he goes, I get mixed reviews on it. He goes, some people are like think it's whack that it was a scooter video, but like I was like, man, I thought it was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that video's
Yeah, it's
fire.
definitely sick.
Yeah,
Both of those, bringing it back.
yeah.
Well, yeah, number 5. Who influenced you as a rider?
Oh man, all the locals, the skater homies. I mean, Chris was one of them. All those guys kept pushing. Like they gave respect pretty early on. Like all the local skaters in Oklahoma, like they thought it was sick. Like they would always give the comment, like, "Man, we hate scooters, but like we like you." And
Yeah,
like they're like, "Oh,
backhanded
we hate
ass
scooter
shit.
kids, but
Yeah,
we like scooter riders. Like people are
yeah,
taking it
Yeah,
seriously and."
yeah.
The respect for the park and the other people there, like it's definitely an earned thing. And like, you know, all those guys definitely really influenced me the most because they would be that hype and wanted me to keep pushing, or they would tell me to do certain tricks, like go bigger, like oh let's go
that's
film,
yeah,
get to film with skaters and be like, oh come along on our session. Like that was pretty cool. I'd say that they definitely influenced me to like stick with it and keep pushing and definitely got a lot of hate in other places, getting called names outside of cars, people just passing by, yelling at you while you're filming, like, you know, or
yeah, oh yeah,
honestly, people in Oklahoma they were really supportive of it. I mean, I had, when I was in high, because I scooted pretty young and still did it pretty heavy through high school. I mean, I wasn't ashamed of it or anything. Like, I had a lot of teachers pull up some scooter videos that I made and play them in school. And like, they were also hyped. Like, everyone in my high school thought it was sick. So, uh,
yeah. That's dope.
That's sick. Scooter video premiere in class.
yeah, and then he told me he's like, "Oh yeah, I played it for every one of my hours after that. Like every single class period, he like pulled up that video and made him watch it."
Legend.
My science teacher coached me. He
That's
was the
dope.
best.
Yeah, that's
We
super
didn't we didn't
cool.
learn a whole lot about science, but like,
Those are the teachers you need sometimes, just
Yeah.
like
yeah,
a cool motherfucker.
yeah, he was just cool. He thought it was sick and like was definitely supportive.
Some quick life lessons.
Yeah.
Not a lot of science though.
Yeah, people always respected the passion. They're like, oh, it's a lot of dedication, and I even brought it up into my EMT class this semester. Like they said, like, have a little background. Or he asked about like one unique fact about you or something like that. And I just said that about the scootering and like my teacher has been on the fire department for 25 years. And so I didn't know how it would go. And he's like, oh, yeah, my nephew used to do that. I used to go in the skate park. He goes, I get it. You guys are dedicated. You guys are relentless. And like, so I was like, I'll see how
Yeah.
it goes. And like, so for him to have that respect to be like, oh, I understand what it takes because it didn't at first, but to see him fall and just keep going after it, he goes, that takes a special kind of determination. So,
For sure, dude.
Definitely that fail, 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 succeed mindset. So you gotta
yeah,
work
I
for
mean,
it.
sad joke. I mean, by definition, I mean, we are insane. I mean, we'll fall 100 times and be like, you know what? Something's gonna be different on this next one. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go through the exact same thing
Yeah.
again. And like
Just takes one, bro.
It's the
just
nose
takes
manuals, man.
to the face, you're like, you know what? Next one's gonna be different. Like I just feel
Yeah, you
it.
just gotta say it at least, like
Yeah.
just keep yourself like, nah, this one.
This
Eat
one, this
shit.
one,
Nah, this one.
last one.
It's like,
Good. I promise, last one.
Yeah.
I told DeAndre last one probably only a couple thousand times. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, they know how it goes.
it's that
oh, yeah.
self motivation.
And that's what's great about having that, like having that kind of bond. Or I mean, we became pretty close friends like pretty fast, and like he understood it. I didn't have to say last one. I didn't, felt bad sometimes. Would be there for 3 hours trying something, but like he was willing to put in the work. Like he knew those attempts. Like he would be kneeled down, blading up, doing the whole rolling and everything. Like he knew what it took. So it's cool having that on the other side of the camera. You don't have to like ask a homie, be like, oh, you film this real quick, or ask some random person,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, can you film this? And then you're like, okay, I got like X amount of tries before it's like they like want to leave or go ride themselves. So
Yeah. Having a dedicated filmer is always amazing.
yeah, I felt lucky to get to meet up with him and see some of his video projects, and then we just started doing stuff together, and we filmed a couple clips. I was gonna film a second video, but then obviously the knee took it out. But
Yeah.
maybe one day I'll link back up and see what can get done.
Fuck yeah. Yeah,
Get him
that'd
to
be
film
sick, man.
some enduro runs.
We talked about it. I was like, dude, we come out here and film some mountain biking, and they Turkey Mountain's built some like pretty. They put like $20 million into redoing it for mountain biking and built some pretty cool jumps and just some different things. But there's a good crew of guys out here now digging some pretty gnarly trails that aren't going to be on the map because they're definitely more double black diamond esque. Like you should
Yeah.
really not even be on these. But there'll definitely be some good film potential out there. That is my next goal is to film like just a little mountain bike video part of some of the stuff that like is around
That would
here
be
that can
sick.
do.
Yeah.
There's some
Do you
pretty
have to
gnarly rock
like
drops.
do you have to like GoPro it, or would you like potentially like set up a camera or
Like long
something?
lens. I feel like
Long lens and then just do it like a ton of times, like put it all together. That's what's so tough. It's like be a process, like just all right. Because I've done a couple of film projects. There's some big drone too. There's this one drone pilot out of Arkansas that comes over here quite a bit, and I've done a couple projects with him, and like he's an amazing drone pilot. Like he can follow us at full speed and just like stay perfect with you. Um, but
that's
still, the
impressive.
drone can only go so far. The trees start to interfere, but like interference with the distance. I mean, his driving. I mean, he'll split gaps between trees without even seeing the run beforehand. Will just do it first take. Like, can just follow you full speed and like, yeah, that dude's been drones. Anyone needs a drone pilot. Like that dude is legit.
That's super dope.
Quick drone plug for all the 10-4
Yeah.
viewers. Yeah.
For all the
Guys need
loyal
some drone
listeners.
footage.
Yeah.
Hit the man up.
Tap in.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, be cool to film like legit mountain bike part with the DeAndre, just a more artistic look, not just like full speed run or anything, just to hit some like cool gaps or something. But
Yeah.
now that I've ridden them all so much, like none of them feel big, like none of them feel like film worthy. I'm like, well, I've done it 100, 200 times. I'm like, this isn't really so tough to make some things look good on video. Like the GoPro
Yeah.
effect is so real. Especially mountain biking, like you can never grasp the angle of what you're riding down. Like I'll sometimes for races GoPro my practice runs just so I can like review the footage before the race and like I'll watch the footage and be like, this looks easy. Like it looks nothing like it like when I know it was just like
Yeah.
like a 20% grade. Like there's like it's hard to walk up and then you see it in video and it just looks flat.
It looks like a
this
flat
is
ground trail. It's like
like, dude, this is gnarly. Like I was scared to ride this. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we'll see what we can get done.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Definitely stoked for it.
I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. You got any like other stories or kind of stuff you want to bring up? That's kind of all the questions we had requested and that we usually do.
Let's see. There's so many stories, like so many good scooter trips, so many different things going down. I mean, I remember staying at your place, Austin, for the jam. And what's the name of the skate park that's right by with the big vert wall?
Uh, Pflugerville, the one with the two vert
Yeah.
walls? Yeah.
Yeah, Pflugerville. Like that part's sick.
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean, just all those times hanging out at your place, just like the whole team.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, man. We always considered you like a Texas local, honestly, when you were around. We're like, hey, he's close enough. Like,
I appreciate
definitely
it.
pull up. Like,
That's why I say my favorite place to ride was Texas because like I felt like you guys were my local scene, even though I was far, 4 or 8 hours away. Like I was like that just felt like my local scooter scene growing up because we didn't have a whole lot. Like Miko was really there for me in the beginning, and then like once he went off to college and like I was like 15. I mean he had some home issues and couldn't really scooter and got like he just had to start working full time to support himself and like I just had no other scooter riders to really rode with. Like it was just tough and like so having a good crew to ride with. And then my best friend I met in high school when I was a sophomore, he was a skateboarder. So me and him just like he had a car and I didn't. So we just went around every skate park every day and just rode and like he wasn't super hardcore into skating. Like he never wanted to progress too much. Like he just kept it pretty minimal. But um it's cool to have those memories for sure. Like keep you
yeah.
pushing.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
having someone to go out there with, for sure.
You know, cool story I guess I could tell. Me and Dante when we went to Worlds the second time. Like it was just me and him that were gonna go travel around. And we were supposed to fly to Barcelona like typical, like they always get us like the super early tickets. Like we gotta be there at like 6:30 a.m. in the morning. And it was after World, so we're just partying with everybody because, like, we're there with everyone and might as well party, celebrate the people who did good and everything. And
Yeah.
we were like committed to staying up, just like we'd already stayed to like 4 or 5 a.m. We're like, screw it, like, let's just stay up. And the people in the room turned off the light, and we were like, maybe we'll go take a shower. And then we just passed out, missed our flight. So I had to call Andy and be like, yo, man, can we like get another flight? Like, we messed up. Like, and I guess let me backtrack a little bit. We're already stressed to the max that we're missing our flight and like stayed up all night long and we're just so sleep deprived. And the taxi guy was blaring some kind of like Indian sermon or something where the guy's just like shouting and rambling. And this guy's got on like full volume in the taxi. And we are just like, we're about to lose our minds. We were like, we need to get out of this cab now. Like, I cannot stand to listen to, like, we're already so stressed. And he's like, just full blaring this sermon, like, just, like, we couldn't understand any of it. And we're like, this is just stressing us out beyond belief. And then we get there, sit at the airport all day, get another flight, fly to Amsterdam to have another layover, and then go another layover through the night. Then we'll fly out in the morning. And me and DeAndre went out to downtown Amsterdam and stayed up too late and then missed our second flight. I tell Andy, they were like, Andy, we're so sorry. We just screwed this whole trip. We just missed 2 flights back to back. He was not too happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet the second one he was like
What the hell,
pretty
guys?
tight. Yeah.
Our cab driver ended up giving us like a whole ball of hash. Like we were driving back from downtown. He's like, "You guys smoke hash? You guys want some?" And just like whips it out and like gives it to us. He's like, "No, no, you guys are good. You guys can have it."
Yeah.
It was that dude's
A lot
fault.
better than the Indian sermon guy.
Yeah, that dude was sick. And then
That's
I think one of my favorite scooter memories too, like, cool that AO was like one of their, hubs was Germany, their Germany warehouse, and like getting to hang out there and that like had the whole apartment and that was just like so sick to stay in. But there was one, it was just me and this guy Leon who like had worked in the warehouse at the time. And we were just driving around all through Germany up to Belgium and to the Netherlands and then to Denmark. And it was just me and him in the company car. And then come to find out, we started driving. He's like, "Oh, I don't have my license. Like, I can't drive." And then he also like didn't really speak English. So like we spent like 30 hours in the car together, driving to all these countries, just every day driving somewhere else. With like he couldn't even help me drive, and also didn't really speak English. But that was just so fun driving around, like driving on the Autobahn full speed with him. He was into electronic music like I was, so like me and him just like bonded over music. Like we didn't really have to talk.
no
Like,
words.
we
Yeah.
felt like we were homies, and he was like, "I'm sorry, I got an F in English, like in English classes growing up." So he's like, we just like really broken English, and like for some reason his phone like didn't really work for maps, so like it was my phone and I didn't really have service, so we would just have to go to like a McDonald's or something, log into the Wi-Fi, start the route, and then just go based off that. So like if you get off, it doesn't like reroute you. You just gotta look at the map and get back to that blue line. And like so we just navigated all those countries just like almost old school maps. Like
Damn. That sounds sick.
Just
no, it was just a sick trip. Just being able to like navigate all that and like just jamming out in the car, just driving full speed on the highway. Like
Yeah, no doubt.
whipping the AO company vehicle. Like
yeah. I may have done some damage to it too on that trip. Like we were so hungry. We've been driving all day and our phones don't work, so we can't find like a McDonald's. And I'm pretty sure this was like, it must have been in Germany, like somewhere up north, and like all the roads like one ways, and we see this McDonald's in the distance, and like we could not get to it from this road we were on. And the road did connect at one point, but they had stacked these rocks in between. And I thought I could make the gap. And so like I just like drove between these two giant boulders. I completely like destroyed the bottom part of the hail, man. Oh man. I was tripping so hard. I was like, oh man, Marco's gonna be so pissed at me. Like when I called him in the morning, like I called him like immediately the next morning. I was like, Marco, you're gonna be so mad at me, man. I fucked up the van. Like I fucked it up. I made it seem really bad. Then when he pulled in, he was like, "Oh, like okay, that's not too bad." Like he was expecting worse. It was like mostly underneath, but like that one bottom panel by the door, like the one tiny little 1 inch strip was sort of like compressed in, and some of the paint was missing. So, but we made it to the McDonald's. I was like, "Fucking
Yeah.
dude, we just needed to get there."
Got that
I got the
glove.
Big Mac and it was worth it.
And he had told us too that we could go to the Czech Republic at the end of the trip as like just like go there and party if like the whole trip went well. And so after I did that, I was like, oh man, I just ruined our chances. Like we're not going to the Czech Republic anymore. Like we're not gonna get to go to Prague. Like I screwed this up for everyone. I was like, oh, this sucks. But no, he was cool. We went.
Fuck yeah. How was that?
Yeah. Oh, that was sick. That was sick. It was the first and only strip club I've ever been to is in the Czech Republic in Prague. So
Yeah, when in Rome, you know.
Yeah, I was like, might as well. And like I remember there was the whole team there and everything, the guys that went with us, and you know, a whole bunch of guys going into a place like that. Wasn't like we weren't getting a whole lot of attention. We weren't like the most popular there, and like, you know, just as little off vibes with the crew of like 10 guys walking in, 10 scooter guys walking in.
Yeah, for
And then
sure.
they didn't want to stay out late, so me and Marco and there was just one other guy. We just were like, nah, Marco, we'll stay out with you. And we ended up going to like literally like the best place ever. We were like the only persons there. It felt like we were like the holy grail. We were like, wow, those other guys are missing out so hard. Like they decided to go back. Like we were just not even gonna mention it too much. The next day we felt bad.
Literally sleeping.
You hit the jackpot.
That was like one of the coolest like Airbnb hotels too. And like we spent like an hour in it because we got there and like immediately went out and like didn't come home till like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And we were like, we needed to check out by like 8.
Damn.
I remember Marco because he was the team manager or the warehouse manager for the Germany warehouse, and we were with him, and he was like, "Fucking, I'll pay whatever fee it is. We're just gonna sleep in till like 10 o'clock." Just ended up staying like so much later.
That's sick.
But man, that was probably definitely one of the fond memories looking back. Like that trip was sick.
Yeah, that sounds dope. I didn't know you even like went out there. I just thought you had gone to the Barcelona that one time. That's that's super dope.
That first time I went to Barcelona, we ended up flying to Germany and stayed at the warehouse. I think I went there 3 times, so like 3 different trips.
Fuck yeah.
There was that one trip with Leon, like I had just come out of the first knee surgery. Like I was only like 4 weeks removed, and like I already had my tickets from Coalition to fly out to France. So Andy was like, I'll just switch your dates. Do you just want to come out to Germany, like just for fun, and you guys can go see some shops and drive around, and like you don't have to do any scootering, like no pressure. He's just like, you already got the tickets, they're gonna go to waste. Might as well just like, because I did sales for AO too, and when visited shops, he's like, just go do a sales tour, just go meet up with some people, and then like just have fun. So,
fuck yeah,
some business.
Yeah, do some business, and like, because it always looked good, you know, bringing an American into the scooter shops. They're like, oh, that's so cool, you know, what's the American scooter scene like? Like, it definitely looked good for the shop owners, you know, especially for AO and the brand to be like, okay, we got our American rider out here, and I've worked in the shop a long time and done sales too, so being able to talk about the product and break it down and chat with the managers, like, definitely always went pretty well.
Yeah,
they had no kayaks up there though.
No kayaks. There's some interesting shops though. I mean, there's definitely some cool ones over there. the full on like in a shopping mall. I
Yeah,
saw
really?
a couple kayaks when I worked there too. But I would lose all credibility and respect when I tell them that I've like never been in a kayak before.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. They're like, so you kayak much? I'm like, yeah, I hate to brag it to you. I've honestly never been in a kayak. But like I know about it. I'll tell you all the specs and the details, but like I've never been in a kayak. I mean, been in like a canoe at like summer camp and stuff like that. Like I get the idea, but like these are like diehard fisherman kayaks, like all the fancy features and stuff.
Not you, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be
That's
like, ah,
funny.
you're the scooter guy, I guess.
Yeah. Get out of here. Need a real kayaker.
Yeah. That's all couple,
Oh,
man.
put that
Yeah.
on your resume, kayak salesman.
Right.
Kayak salesman, scooter salesman.
Fuck yeah. Soon to be firefighter.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what I did put on the resume. Pretty sure I did put that working at the scooter shop and working sales. Because like that was the most intense resume I've ever filled out. It was like 30 pages long. They want to know where you went to grade school, every ticket you've ever gotten, every family member, step sibling, adopted sibling, what their addresses are, phone names. Like they want to know literally everything. Like it took like a couple of days to fill it out. Like it was like so
It's
in-depth
crazy.
to try to get on. And
But
so,
Yeah. Want to
and
know
they said
your
if you miss one single box, like they will bring it up in your interview and they're gonna drill you on it. Like, why did you fill out this box? Why'd you answer this way? Like they say it costs a couple $100,000 per person to send them through academy. So like they want to make sure you're dedicated to Tulsa and to giving back to the community and that like, that they did their due diligence, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I did not know it was that intense, honestly. I feel like becoming a cop is like light, but the
Like, they're like-
firefighter, it's like, damn, bro. Like, motherfuckers are jumping through hoops, bro.
Maybe it's because you don't have to have a college education to like, become a firefighter, but like,
Yeah, who knows?
yeah, EMT school is definitely the hardest class I ever took because like I went to my local community college like while I was on AO and like going to Worlds and like definitely was able to do some online classes and because living here in Tulsa, I got 3 years of college for free, so I was like, might as well take advantage of
Damn.
this opportunity and if it's free and actually do another program. Like they were paying me to go to school and just a local community college. And I was like, I'm just going to go get all the credits I can. And, I took 3 years worth just because I'd only take like 2 credits at a time, just with like traveling and scooter. And I didn't want to get too behind or anything and just wanted more free time, honestly, to be able to ride and then still do good in class. But I took a lot of passion project classes. Like I was only going for a liberal arts degree just to get the prerequisites and took glass blowing for a full year and like that was super safe to get to do and like work in a hot shop and blow some glass and make some cool stuff.
You still got like any of your stuff hanging around? Like some
Yeah,
memorabilia?
I gave away like you talking about the glass or just like scooter memorabilia?
Yeah, like the glass.
Yeah, actually got this. This is like a glass. You probably can't see it, but glass
It's
pouch
like an
that I
actual.
just keep all my pens and everything in. I gave away a lot of it, but I made like one like best piece I ever made that I was like, I can't give it away. Just like my favorite colors is blue and white swirl mixture. And like it was supposed to be a cup. And like the guy who was helping me make it, like I just got way too much glass and it ended up becoming just like a bucket, like a full, like probably like that tall, just this wide bucket.
Yeah.
Like the teacher was so mad that I made it. Actually, the teacher in this class sucked. I mean, he would demo something for 5 minutes and then just leave the complete building. Like you just go home. I mean, it's like a 3.5 hour long class that we were there. So like he had his assistants helping us and like he would come in and be like, oh, that's not the curriculum or whatever and get mad. We're like, dude, you're like not even here. Like you're not even teaching us or anything. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I was like, screw it, man. I'm making whatever I want. I just want to get the bucket. I just want to make like just the biggest, coolest piece that I can make. And I keep that like on our little nightstand over there. Just I'll look at it all the time. I'm like, yeah, I like that bucket.
Yeah. That's sick, dude.
I
That's
still keep a lot of scooter memorabilia. I got the brothers shirt on that I'm rocking
Oh
today. I put
shit.
it
I
on.
didn't
Oh,
even
yeah.
notice that. Yeah.
TenFour,
Yeah.
yes. No.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. Shout out
That's,
Matt. Shout out Matt for
yeah,
sure.
Matt Ogle.
A
Him
legend.
too. I mean, because going on inside and finding inward scooters, like I bought everything from inward from so long ago. And the only other riders I knew were from going to the team page and, seeing Matt Ogle, Josh Kish. Um, oh my God, I'm going to draw a blank right now. Zig Short. Um,
Jordan
just,
Jassa.
yeah, and Jordan Johnson, like seeing their videos on there, like YouTube and their names in, and be like, oh, these scooter riders are sick. Like, you know, it always just held a special place. And getting to meet Matt later on definitely was like, dude, you're like the inward scooters, Matt Ogle. You're the team
Yeah.
man, dude.
Dude, I'll never forget like the first scooter contest I ever went to was with like my homie Parker who got me into scootering and Matt Ogle was the MC. It was like on top of like the roll in for like the big box jump. And we like pulled into the park and he's just like, bro, like that's Matt Ogle right there. And like just goes and like immediately like goes to talk to him and introduce himself. I was like, who is this guy?
That's funny. Was that the Lions comp?
It was Dave's. It was in Lufkin, Texas.
I went to that one.
You were at Dave's?
Yeah.
No
Did
way.
they do multiple contests there? Or was it just one?
I think it was just the one with like
Yeah.
that foam pit in the back and shit. The
Yeah.
half pipes up
I
front.
went
Like,
there.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
no way.
the
Damn.
gnarliest concussion I ever got was at that contest.
No
Because
way. I don't
I
even
was
remember that.
because I had just come back from Woodward. Like that was like the next week because Landon and Drake and everyone was there. We just got back from Woodward and I just learned backflips out there. So I was all hyped on them, could still do them. And I did probably 10 or 15 backflips on that little small fly box, like had them dialed. And then like 5 minutes before the contest is about to start, clipped my front wheel under rotated and just flipped in the concrete and like smacked my dome. And all I remember is like waking up in my dad's truck in the driver's seat and some ladies like praying over me. Like the door's open, she's like praying over me. I'm like coming to. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like I couldn't remember my run that I had thought about. Like couldn't remember anything. And I remember just trying to do something. I think I got like third in the contest. I remember winning the best trick contest on that one. Like I think I 50-50 double whip stalled off the fence, off like the railing
Oh
into like that
shit.
6 quarter that was like in the back. But that's so funny. That was your first contest
Damn.
there. Like I remember going that one. I remember being, I just assumed it was a Texas contest. Me and my
Yeah.
dad didn't look up the address at all. I remember he was like, all right, go print off the directions off of MapQuest. Like he's gonna take me down there. And I came back to him, I'm like, hey dad, we got a problem. Like it says it's like 8 hours away. And we were thinking like 4 hours. It was like 7.5 or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was just, I mean, my dad has always been so supportive. He's like, all right, well, we can still go. Like, let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
I
That
was
was
like, oh, hell
South,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
That was like
It
Houston
was.
type shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still
Yeah,
so
that's
funny. It was like
crazy.
the morning of, like we woke up early to print out the directions, like learned that it was like gonna be almost double the distance driving.
You still make
And
it. Yeah.
yeah, and then just drove straight through the night. I remember I think I just got my permit and my dad was like, all right, I gotta sleep. Like you can I just drove like almost the whole way home.
Damn, off the concussion.
All the concussions too,
That's
man,
crazy.
you get back in that contest. Like that's so funny. Driving all the way down there for that contest, and it's like, I mean, typical scooter contest. I feel like a small little metal indoor
Yeah.
indoor skate park, and like we were all just so hyped just to have a contest. Still, like didn't think nothing of it.
Yeah. That was, yeah, my first time meeting like a lot of the fools from Dallas and Houston online because before
That's
that it was
funny.
just like the Texas scene Facebook group. And I was just like, they were posting about it. I was like, bro, I'm pulling up. Like my grandma drove my homie Parker and me and my other homie Alan. And I was just like, my first time really meeting like actual scooter riders. It's fucking
It's
sick.
cool when you finally meet like those other scooter riders. I guess I had a really good story about meeting like the first
other person I ever met in Oklahoma who rode a scooter. His name was Brett. And he just showed up at the skate park one day with his little sister on a scooter. And it was a Razor Pro. We were like, oh, this guy's serious about scooter. And
Yeah.
this is legit. And we nicknamed him Junior Scoot because he was younger than us. And we had never met another scooter rider. So we're like, you're a Junior Scoot. And he kept that as his Instagram name for the last 15 years. It was his Instagram name was Junior Scoot for 15, 16 years. Since his inception of Instagram. Kept it that same thing. I always just thought it was so funny, looking back.
Yeah.
And then Razor was doing a tour through Oklahoma one time. And this is still I had to have been 14 or 15. And this is right when Jeremy Malott got on the Razor team. And Josh Toy and who else? Some of the other old OGs that rode for Razor. There happened to be stopping through Oklahoma City. I remember me, Brett, and another friend Alex. His grandpa would drive us to the skate park a lot, and he was down to go take us to Oklahoma City. So we get there, and it's chance of rain that day. We rode Matt Hoffman skate park for a while, no one else there. I think the Razor guys show up, and we get to ride for 5 minutes, and it starts downpouring rain. And then we just hung out with them for probably 3 hours underneath this bridge and just rode flat ground. Just had a full flat ground session. And there was only one other kid who showed up, and it was my now friend Henry, who he rides bikes a lot too. And I've done some bike events with him as well too. So it's so funny. His mom just dropped him off too, and we ended up connecting. That was right when Instagram was starting. So we were like, wow, this is so cool to know there's another scooter rider out there, not just in Tulsa,
Yeah.
rode with him, scooter with him so much over the years too. Henry Rolfing and Ryan Fleet, those guys, they held down the Oklahoma City scene. So
For sure.
The Grid Boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
it was
I was
It's
at
cool.
Woodward that week. They filmed that Gridward video. So
You
that
did?
was, yeah. That
so
was,
you know what I'm talking about. Those guys are
yeah, I met a few of those guys way back in the day.
That's sick.
yeah, it's cool to see how long they stuck with it, because that was a long time ago. That was when, if anybody remembers, Jeremy Malott got on Razor, and he left abruptly in that tour because I heard that they were just smoking so much weed in the car the whole drive that he was nodding down the path and left. And I'm pretty sure that was the last time he scootered, because he did that Texas contest. He might have done the Texas contest right after that, but that was one of the end of his scootering. I don't think he picked up another scooter sponsor after that and transferred to BMX. Remember, we were like,
So
dang, we're
funny.
not going to beat Jeremy. But that session was sick. We ended up going to a trampoline park with all the Racer guys after that. They were just down to kick it and hang out, because there was only 4 of us who showed up. They're like, cool, just play flat ground scoot and just chill.
Yeah. That sounds
Sick.
chill.
Typical Oklahoma though. We're just gonna scooter some flat ground underneath this bridge. Yeah.
Yeah. Hit the trampoline park.
Yeah. Man.
Those used to go hard.
Getting to meet Henry though, and then it's funny looking back at that time, I never would have thought that we would just stay so connected, over all these years. I mean, a decade later, we were connected through scootering, and then obviously he lives in Stillwater, so that's hour away. We don't hang out a ton, but I saw that he's getting really heavy into cycling. So now I've seen him at quite a few different cycling events. He'll come through, and he got really, really heavy into gravel bike riding. So it's been cool to see another scooter rider, transferring to cycling too.
Yeah. Getting active.
Staying on the 2 wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at least it's on 2 wheels, doing something. I'll go cruise a skateboard around too on the walks too. I do just love riding a nice mini ramp on the skateboard.
When you have wheels, bro, why you walking? That's
always my thought.
Yeah.
Why am I gonna walk anywhere? My girlfriend at first wanted me to go take hikes around Turkey Mountain, and then I ruined her getting into mountain biking so much, because now she said she took one hike out there and she's like, I can never look at the same. We cover this whole place so fast on the bike.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk this anymore.
Yeah. That's dope.
I'm gonna use the restroom really quick. Is that cool?
Yeah, for sure.
And
So how's it going in the garage?
Cut out or not? It's
Uh,
crazy for a while.
Shit, we're about hour 50, honestly.
Yeah, I'm down to Ender tie knot.
Whatever you want. You're
It just
reduced.
keeps going into like a new tangent, you know?
Yeah, you reduced Phil's list. What the hell?
Yeah, it's because like the 10 was just a lot, and now we're going live, so we have these other questions. And
Facts.
it's like bar spin or tail whip first. Like who gives a
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah. Everyone says tail
Shit
whip
like that,
anyways.
you know? It's like, does it really like bring value? You know?
Yeah. Who the fuck's doing bar spins?
Oh.
No, big stretch guy.
Dude, the chair I'm in doesn't have a back, so I fucking
oh man.
ass.
And should
Struggle.
have swapped it out, man.
Gotta keep it.
Yeah.
I know. I always forget because I was just sitting this one, but
That's how it goes.
what it is, yeah.
Well, guys, I do thanks again for having me on. I've had a couple of the local homies send me some clips. You know, I remember Isaac mentioning something at the Denver Street Jam, and he was like, "Dude, that's sick!" Like, you know, he brought that up. Funny. I mean, I met Isaac Miller like so long ago. We rode the Denver skate park together for like an hour. I didn't even know who it was, and we followed. He was. We were like exchanging info. I was like, "Oh, just follow me on Instagram. We'll follow each other back or whatever." And he typed it in. It was like Isaac Miller, and I was like, "Oh shit! Like I know who you are. Like I've seen your
Yeah.
name at least
Yeah.
inside." Like didn't recognize him at all. Like we rode for like we were like the. I mean, we're the only two scooter riders at the Denver park, of course. Like that was like 2013, 2014. Yeah, I think 2013 because that was like a sophomore in high school, and I went out there with some friends go to like for a music festival, and like I was like only like 15 or 16 at the time, and 16, yeah, yeah, 16, 2014. But yeah, just like I brought my scooter along, like, oh, we're gonna go, we gotta hit the skate park, we're going out there, like
Yeah.
anywhere you go, gotta bring the scooter and go ride.
You know how
Yeah.
it goes.
Oh yeah. It sucks. Like the other day, like I just got the hanker to scooter, and I haven't like had my scooter in my car in a while, and I was like, damn, if I had my scooter in my car right now, I'd just go to the skate park.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes it tough. Like going home, then you're like, I don't know if I feel it anymore now.
Like I'm all the way across town. I was like, damn, I should have just put it in the car.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the key, bro. Having it in the
Keep it in
trunk.
the car.
Keep
Yeah.
it in the trunk.
But yeah, definitely like we were stoked. I actually have like a list I created a while back of like people I just wanted to have on, and you were low-key on there. So I was like, once the homie like commented to your name, I was like, fuck it, bro, I'm gonna hit him up for sure. So
Oh yeah.
It was
yeah,
time.
definitely
It was
stoked to get
time.
it done. Yeah. Glad you're doing well as well, you know, fucking
I
killing the mountain
appreciate it.
bike. About
I do
to
miss
potentially be
scootering.
this firefighter. Still pushing too, yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, that's all sick, dude. You gotta
Yeah,
come to the street jam or some shit next year
I do. I see the
and pull
videos, and
back
each
up.
time I'm like, damn, I wish I just would have gone. Like that just would have been fun. Just go hang out with all the homies and just scooter around. Like those are not even riding particularly like some of my fondest memories. Like I have this awesome picture. I think even I forgot who took it, but the Austin Street Jam, just cruising the middle of the streets and we were going towards the Capitol. Like that picture, I look back at that so fondly. I'm like, that's just so cool. Just mobbing through the streets. Like
Yeah.
no spot in particular, just mobbing through the streets is like the best part.
Street
just
takeover, bro.
just fucking up traffic, just
Yeah.
blow through all the red lights, like
Yeah.
write the numbers mentality. Like that's just so
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Yeah, dude. It's always a blast, man. I don't scooter too much in them, but like I always just look forward to it every year, like more than almost anything. Like I just know
Yeah.
all the homies are coming. Whoever else comes, like we'll probably meet up and you'll become the homie. But like it's never been big. It's just always the best to me though, you know, because I know
Yeah.
like all the Texas homies are coming, like the IG
Mhm.
homies, they'll probably pull up and it's just a weekend of fun, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I'd always drive down and just like either try and ride down with all the Dallas crew and like hop in Landon's parents, Toyota Land Cruiser. I remember
Yeah.
we were hopping in that thing, and there was like you know how sometimes they have like those little dividers like for the HOV lane that are on like that little plastic deal that like you
Yeah.
could hit him. He's like, you guys want to see him? I just like, you want to see if they can like knock him down. So he just like pulled over into like, it was like a bike lane on like a city street. He just starts murking all of them in the front of it. And then we kept talking about we like we wanted to see if it did any damage, but like we just kept forgetting to even look. It's just such a funny memory. Just he's like, let's see what it does, and just swoops over the car. Just, like, just smacking the whole front of the car. See, those trips just have such good memories.
Yeah, man.
And
For sure. I talk to my scooter homies who I've known like longer than a lot of my like just school homies nowadays, you know. I'm just like, fuck,
yeah,
the
yeah,
real
I definitely
homies.
keep up with more scooter than I do anybody from like high school or anything. That's
Yeah.
well, I'm following a lot of them, but the scooter homies, like I don't ever want to unfollow them. Like I still
Yeah.
love seeing it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's I don't do it as much, really too much at all anymore, but I still hold it so close to my heart. Like it's still so fondly of it, and like I love seeing the progression, and I still get that itch every time I see like a good video part. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go shred. Like I'm gonna go I'm just gonna just push around the neighborhood and just be like, I just want to go ride
Yeah.
someone's driveway or something. Like I
Yeah.
wish I had a little flat rail just to like the session in the front yard or something, but
Yeah. That would be
it would be
sick.
nice.
Fuck it. Cop one up sometime.
It just sucks. I had such a nice one. I sold it to one of the local riders. Like, but my dad had this one welded for me. Like, I got this perfect piece of metal from work that like it was part of some like contraption like whole bike rack. So it was just that nice solid like 2x2 steel that was all powder coated. So like never needed to be waxed because it was like just perma slippery.
Yeah.
And I welded on some feed, and it was just like such a good height too. And like I left it up in the scooter shop and would always let the locals like take it out and go ride flat ground, or they'd come in and be like, all right, you guys can go take the rail if you want. And like, but
Sick.
I like left it up there when I left the shop and like just never went and got it. I didn't have a truck to like transport it. And it was like, some kid wanted it. And I was like, he said he was going to cash at me for it. I don't think he ever did. I wasn't tripping though. I was like,
Damn.
if he puts it to good use, then it was worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
True.
for it.
Definitely.
I was
True.
using it.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I know you got a work party here soon, so we'll let you go. But we definitely, yeah, again, appreciate it, and it was good to catch up with
Dude.
you, man. For
Yeah,
sure.
you too, Austin and Will. Nice meeting you guys. Nice meeting you. Thanks,
Hell
guys.
yeah.
I mean, I appreciate it. It's been
Yeah,
awesome
man.
to
Yeah,
reminisce
dude.
on all the scooter memories too. You know, you guys are definitely gonna get me hyped and like might just have to go push around for a little bit.
Have to go around the
Got some time,
neighborhood. Yeah. Fuck yeah,
you're
dude.
still in good condition. So
Fuck yeah. Well, glad to hear the knees are doing better, you know, able to let you cruise around and shit. So,
I've been holding up
yeah.
good so far. I mean, the doctor, the hardest part that really was the nail in the coffin was like he was like after my second surgery, he goes, look, your right knee is grade 4 deterioration. He goes, there's no tissue left. He goes, your only next step is full knee replacement, which we won't be able to do until you're like 56 years old. He goes, so if you mess this knee up, like you are screwed. There's no more ACL surgery. You will just live without an ACL forever then. So
Yeah.
I was like,
Sheesh.
that's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
I'll
That's
just-
definitely.
I guess I'll just stick to racing mountain bikes and hope for the best.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
The
that's a
impact of the
solid
concrete.
reason, bro.
You guys know, like the concrete is just so unforgiving on the body.
Yeah. No, dude, that's something that I always, when I'm trying something new, I remember I'm like, dude, I've eaten shit like hundreds of time with like nothing. Like I can do this and fail a bunch with like really no repercussions, bro. Like it's chill.
Yeah.
Just
So
fucking
that last
keep it
time I
going.
tore my ACL, like we had it on video, like it was a flat rail. I landed just on my feet, like just tried to run out of it. And once the knee goes once, like it could just randomly go again at random times. So like, and I just had surgery on my other knee last year, had shoulder surgery.
Damn.
3 weeks before that too. Like I just went and did it I did my shoulder in first on a bike crash and was like knew that I needed to get this knee taken care of. So I told my doctor, like, hey, schedule me as soon as we can. Like, I think it was probably like 2 weeks later, just went in for knee surgery. And it's just like, all right, I'm gonna be down. Might as well just do it all at once. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
True.
3 knee surgeries and a shoulder surgery. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna stick to rehabbing on the
Yeah.
bike. But like,
Yeah.
go to the skate park. We'll just do those muscle memory tricks. I don't know how much I can push it on the big gaps or rails, but we'll find
Yeah.
some small street spots that cater.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Well, guys, I hope I can catch a session with you guys soon. I definitely plan on, and I will make it a point next year, like the Austin Street Gym.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
If I'm not on the department or somehow I have that weekend off, like, because I'll be like in a probation for like a year, that
Damn.
before you're fully on, like you get paid and everything, but it's still like a probationary year. So
Yeah.
if it lines up, like I'm coming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
Shit.
fly
Maybe
down there.
maybe the 12th annual then, bro.
12th
2025. We'll go.
25. Well, either way, one of these ones, I'm gonna make it down there with you guys.
Yeah.
So like, I want to see all the homies get. It'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Well, we got a crib. Worst case, if you just ever want to pull up and just kick it, get a sash for like weekend or a
down.
day or some shit. Bet the Dallas boys would come too.
I'm down
But-
to even make it. We might be able to make that happen. Because I don't think I'd get into the academy if everything goes right, like March, April. So I might have to get just like a homies trip going just before then,
Yeah.
just
Say
for
fuck
fun.
it, yeah. Yeah, dude, that'd be sick for sure, man.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Be sick. Well, yeah, dude. Yeah, fucking hope you have a good party tonight and hope everyone that's
thanks.
listening has a good day. Fucking episode 39, dude.
Well, thanks everyone that
10-4.
tuned in. Been a pleasure.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Good to talk to you, and we'll catch up again soon.
Yeah, you guys take care.
You too, man.
All right, later.
Deuces.
Made it.